Hey everybody, it's been a while. It's Chris at A to B here. Sorry, it's been a busy summer, but I got one that's kind of interesting. Um, just wanted to talk about this for a minute, just make a quick video. So I'm going to show you what we're after. 2015 Chevy Cruze diesel. Threw the belt off of it. So something that y'all might want to check on these late model cars and trucks. If you just spontaneously throw the belt off and everything else looks okay, you may want to check out the alternator. So these alternators, especially these diesels, have this funny looking pulley with a cap on the front of it. This is what's called a decoupler pulley. What this does is the alternator is spinning a lot faster than the engine, so when you let off of the throttle and the engine slows down, this pulley has a clutch in it that disconnects and allows the alternator to spin down at its own rate. They are heavily used on diesels also for another reason, because a lot of these 4-cylinder diesels and even the V8 diesels and stuff, they put a lot of crankshaft vibration up the belt. And so those vibrations in the belt, this clutch also disconnects and allows those vibrations to be absorbed by the belt instead of transferred directly into the alternator and the belt drive system. So what happened on this car, came in, belt's thrown off of it, but this car had been here recently and the belt was okay at that time. Look at it, everything spins okay, but the thing you want to check is you want to take your alternator and just twist it real fast like that, and you'll feel the alternator disconnect inside. This one turns all the time. I can wiggle it back and forth like that, and I do not feel the stator freewheeling inside. Another thing to watch for is to spin it, and you'll be able to see it wobble. That means the clutch is broken inside there and it is jammed, locked solid. So if we just put another belt on this car, in a week or two, it'll just shred another belt. You can't really see it. Here's the new alternator. I don't know if I can catch it here. See, if you can see the inside, the fan turning. When I spin it, see how it kind of goes forward a little bit when I pull the pulley back? That's it disconnecting inside. I don't want to stick anything in there to hold that, or I could show you. So unfortunately on this Cruze diesel, the pulley is not available separately. These pulleys on a lot of applications are actually replaceable. But this one is not available separately from the alternator. Plus this car it's a heavy commuter car. It's got like 346,000 miles on it anyway, so no point in putting a brand new pulley on a 340-some thousand mile alternator when we could get a brand new alternator from General Motors. And actually this alternator is fairly reasonable. It's right around $400 for a whole brand new alternator. It's all new, no core, no rebuilt, nothing. So really it's not bad, because the labor is going to be the same no matter what we do, because we'd have to pull this alternator off to change this pulley anyway, even if we could, because it's way down in there above the alternator fits right in here, right above the oil filter can. So we'd have to R&R the radiator or alternator anyway, so it's just worth the extra money at this point, and that's usually what I do on most of them. Volkswagen TDI diesel Jettas and all that stuff, they actually use a similar pulley. I do replace, you can get just the pulley for a lot of the Volkswagens. I do replace just the pulley on the Volkswagens usually if the customer, I give the customer the option of replacing the entire alternator with a Bosch one, or or just replacing the pulley. But on a Volkswagen, Audis, stuff like that, the alternator is considerably more expensive than this one. So most of the time my customers on European stuff elect to just replace the pulley. So another common use of this pulley is the older Chrysler vans, town and countries, caravans of 3.3 and 3.8 liter. The really old vans, late 90s, they were prone to throwing a belt off in wet weather or sudden decelerations. So Chrysler actually started using these decoupler pulleys on the gas motors on those vans to stop the belt problem. But the pulley will still lock up on those, and you'll get a weird rumbling noise out of it. It usually doesn't throw the belt off, but you'll get a weird rumbling noise out of it. That pulley is available by itself too, so sometimes on the Chrysler vans, just depending on what the customer wants to do, I will just replace the pulleys. So anyway, hope you learned something today. Alternator decoupler pulleys, long way from the years where the pulley was just bolted on with a great big nut. So hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you later.